Hello and welcome back to the Cosmonautical Garden. My name is Holly, and in today's reading it is a 18 plus. Pick a card for what do they desire from you and this connection. This is going to be going over the romantic and sexual energies of a connection. So warning, there will be talk of sexual energies, preferences, and of the like. So if that's not something you want to hear about, feel free to click away. Otherwise, feel free to pause the video and let one of the three piles pull you in. And if more than one pulls you in, feel free to watch both. And this can be for someone that you're thinking of, so someone you've been with, someone you have been with, you're with, or someone that you are thinking of as a potential, so a crush or of the like. And I will see you guys at your reading. Hello and welcome to your reading, Group 1. This is what do they desire from you and this connection. Now, first going over the romantic energies, this seems to be someone that you have already been with. This could have been a friends with benefit, a one-night stand, or a full-on ex. Or it even could be someone who might have been a potential at one point, but the opportunity went away. Or at least in this person's mind, it did. Now, this person really wants another chance with you. And if this is someone that you've just met, this could be someone who they feel like they have lost out on chances before. They've had a lot of rough times in their romance life. And so they really want to take this leap with you and really, love you, nurture you. They want to get to that four of, that 10 of Pentacles, that 10 of Cups. And with all the Pentacles here, I'm seeing that they really want to support you and love you, especially with the Cups and the Pentacles here. And so really they want an opportunity to show you how much they care and how much they do feel for you, which is, they definitely have some feelings for you. Now on the sexual side, this person, I get a couple of messages here, but no matter how you are masculine and feminine or energied, they really want to see your body, especially your bits. If you're a female type or a feminine energy, they might want to basically like put a hand up your skirt. But even if you're more masculine energy, they definitely want to see and touch you, not just when you're alone, but they want to touch you basically while you're out. This is someone who's definitely into public forays. They may not have said this, but this is definitely something that they want. And definitely what I'm kind of seeing as a fantasy here for this person is basically they get you out in public somewhere. Maybe you're walking through a really nice garden, they pull you behind a tree and basically manipulate you under your clothes or pull it up to where it's just, wouldn't be great if you were found. Basically expose you a bit, get you off, and then potentially go somewhere else. I do say definitely be safe and all of that. Another thing of it is that they may really want to perform oral on you and have you do that to them. This is definitely someone who, it's not that they're not into penetration acts, but they definitely want to experience more of the oral and manipulation side of it. And there's almost like a sense of worshiping from this person. So this could be someone who would more focus on getting you off than getting themselves off, or you getting them off. Like they definitely want that, but they almost have more of a serving type of energy. Like they really want to make sure that you're taken care of. And that's both in a loving and in a sexual way. And I'm definitely seeing a couple things here. They may like your back. So I'm definitely getting backside energy. Your chest, masculine or feminine, both sides. So back, butt, chest, whether if you're more feminine in form, they definitely like your breasts. If you're more masculine in form, then they really like your how your chest is, whether that's broad or on the slighter side. There's a couple of different variants there. In your hair, whatever you have going on with your hair. For some of you, you may have long hair and they really like that. They may also really like for some of you to have when your hair is up. That way they can see like your neck and the such. There is a little bit of liking to dress up here, or maybe wanting you to dress up for them. And this can be with sort of like the mask there. It's like masks, maybe in costume, things like that. And that was about all I got for you, pile one. So if you like this, please feel free to hit like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hello, group 2, and welcome to your reading. This is What Do They Desire from You in This Connection? Now, going on to the romantic part first. You could be with this person, and what I see for a lot of you is that you're probably not with this person yet. And this could be as a brand new person or a person that maybe you've been with. And for some of you, this could be a person where there was a moment where you guys almost got together, and then for whatever reason, life happened and it ended up not happening. And I feel like maybe they're mirroring you on this front where you're both still thinking about each other. Either way, this person is definitely thinking about you. They're almost to the point of obsession. They seem to be more of an earth type person, so they're definitely a practical person, and they usually have like a little bit more of a logical front, but underneath it, they are just so smitten over you. It's funny, because I almost feel like they just don't show it. They're like, they think about you and they think about you and they think about you, but then maybe they were a little bit more cool at front. But this person definitely has feelings for you. They want to nurture you. They want to love you, and they definitely want to love you sexually. They want to experience your love on all of the fronts, not just on the courtship side, but on the physical side as well. They have a lot of fire for you, and they are craving you something bad. Moving on to the more sexual side of things, the first thing I see, kind of like with pile 1, so you may have resonated with that, they do have a little bit of a public type of fantasy where maybe you guys are manipulating each other in public, especially with her leg being under the table in the Two of Wands there. And what I'm seeing is a fantasy here that this person might have is maybe you're out at dinner, and I think Katherine Heigl was in a movie with Gerald Butler, and I don't remember the name of it, but where like she's being stimulated by a toy at the table, and she's having a hard time keeping composure. They almost want to do that, but I think on a mutual type of sense, like, there's hands under the table and your pants, their pants, and in dresses, and you're trying to keep composure, while people are walking around and such. Like that's definitely a fantasy I see for some. Another is they could have a thing about food, or maybe they want to feed you essentially almost like with like the grapes almost, and that like Greek mythology type of image where, you know, someone's feeding someone grapes and kind of experiencing food in a more sensual way, like, you know, blindfolded, feeding the other person. Blindfolds is definitely a thing, although I don't see it listed here. It's just something that's coming across. Another energy I have coming across for your pile is this is someone who they may want to catch you. I don't mean this in so much of a bad way. Maybe it's like you guys are already in a relationship and like they catch you masturbating or they catch you naked. I really feel like they would love to watch you masturbate. Maybe a little bit sort of where you're not even paying attention to them there and they're just watching you in the throes of ecstasy. And for some, there is an energy of wanting you to serve them, and in a somewhat more submissive type of manner, like maybe they've sat down for the day after work and you basically please them as their welcome home. So that's for some of you. And in others, it's a really interesting type of thing that I'm seeing here is I feel like they also really want to watch you move around like the house. If you guys were living together or if you are, it's that they almost want to see you dressed somewhat inappropriately. And this could be, so if you're more feminine bodied, to where your your nipples are basically hanging out somewhat, your skirt's just a little bit too short, so things are showing. And they almost want to see you walk around like that to where you're covered, but you're not actually covered. Things aren't actually being concealed. And I think one of the last things I'm seeing here for your group is that they really like your chest as well. So if you're more feminine, they really love your nipples. If you're masculine, they might just like how broad it is or isn't. Kind of like with the last pile. And they definitely want to stare at your bits. They may be the type to want to see you excited in public. Yeah, definitely seeing that. And also for some of you, they might be into playing with wax. I definitely say make sure to find, if you're doing that or plan to do that, make sure to get specific candles for that. Otherwise, you guys are burning yourselves. So always do things safely. And that was all I had for you, group 2. So if you like this, please feel free to hit share, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. This is for what do they desire from you and this connection. Going over the romance parts first, I'm definitely seeing, this isn't necessarily for everyone, but for some of you, it could be that you maybe you're already dating someone, or you have a lot of options, and so they want to prove themselves above those other options. They want to show you that they are the one who's worthy of your attention. And it could be that you're not even with anybody else, but they just see all these other people and they want to show you that they're the person that you should be looking at. And I'm definitely seeing that they may be more of an air person. So this is someone who is very like quick-witted, very intellectual, and you might be a fire person, or you might just have these sort of traits that brings out the fire in them. They love how adventurous you are. They may daydream about going on romantic adventures with you, to where maybe they surprise you with a picnic is something I'm picking up for some of you. But they definitely, with that Chariot there, is that they want to come forward with a love offer, is what I'm seeing, or basically like ask you out on a date type of thing. Now I'm not really sensing past energy here, although this could be someone that you've known from your past. I'm more sensing that this could be a new person, or a person you just haven't achieved like a full relationship with yet. But if you do have that past energy, they may want to show that they've changed and that they're worthy of your attention now, especially if you were the one who broke things off. And then if they did, then they want to show that they were wrong and love you the way that you should be loved. Now, moving on to the sexual parts. There is a couple things here. This person masturbates thinking about you a lot. Like daily is what I'm seeing. And there's a little bit of exhibitionist energy, kind of like the last piles, except this is more of a in nature type of thing. I almost feel like maybe they would almost want to take you camping and then do things out in the woods, like tent action or against a tree. There seems to be that energy out here a lot. And then there's also an undressing energy here, like where she's missing the shoes and he's like pulling her dress off. If you're more in feminine form, they may, and this is a little bit of a public energy, but to where they would think of like pulling the dress off your shoulders while you're out in public, just kind of like touching your shoulders. That's a thing I definitely see, like paying attention to your neck and shoulders, where they would, and for some, like pulling the dress up, so that way like it's shorter in the back to where you would almost be revealed but you wouldn't, potentially, so that way they can like manipulate you while other people aren't seeing. Now this goes for both energies, where maybe they would want to have their hand on your backside. Another thing is that they really like looking at your backside. And that goes for both sides, no matter what energy that you have. If you're more feminine energy, they may like seeing you from the backside to where like they can see your behind and they can see your lips, basically. They definitely want you to be on top. That's something I'm seeing, is they want you to ride them. Let's see. With the book there, they may want to read erotic literature with you or watch porn with you. So take that as it resonates. From here, I'm also seeing that they would definitely want to please you orally. And like they would definitely love it in turn, but I see this as more of like a pleasing energy, kind of like the last group. And there's definitely a dress-up factor here, to where maybe they would want to role play with you and play different roles. Like someone's the maid, someone's the big bad wolf, etc., etc. They also may want to do things like to where you're on a long car drive and they manipulate you while you're driving, or while they're driving, they'd want you to manipulate them, or they'd manipulate you. Basically, it'd be like, hey, I can drive, and all that kind of fun stuff. And for some, they may be into things like bondage. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Or they may be into where they would want to use implements to also help bring you off. And then also maybe things like paddling, more of the fetish type of energy, where they would maybe be into spanking you or be into you spanking them. And hair pulling. Definitely hair pulling. I'm definitely seeing that. And this is a really obscure, I'm not sure how many of you this would actually go for. I would say maybe 5%. But they may daydream about, this goes back to like the proving that they're worthy of you, is that they would fight off other suitors and then immediately get to bang you. To where they're like, I am victorious, and then you guys bang until you pass out. And that was about all I had for you, group 3. So if you liked this and it resonated, please feel free to hit like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.